Are we all set? Before we proceed, are there any students belonging to design, BDes, BTech design? Okay, fine, because the registration is having it there in let's see. So, the director and team, please join me on stage. Sir. I would request the chairperson JE to join us on stage. Please come in, settle down. Once again, anyone from design, sit it here. They are supposed to be in LLC for the registration at this time. Okay, let's start with a welcome from Professor M.R. Ravi, who is the chairperson, JE. Sir, take the podium.
Thank you, Alan. Good morning and welcome to IIT Delhi. I would actually say welcome to the real world, from a make-believe world of JE, where people believe that there is a hierarchy of branches, with Computer Science IIT Bombay at the top. And then there is a make-believe world which says IITs are shops that get you packages. All of that is a make-believe world. Let's now come down to the real world of IIT Delhi. Here we have departments, each of which is in the top 50 or the top 100 in the whole world. Every department is better than the other. If you have a computer science department that is ranked something like 55 in the world, you have a chemical engineering department that would be ranked 56 in the world, and you have a mechanical engineering department which is ranked 50 in the world. It doesn't mean they are competing with each other. They are competing with the rest of the world, and they are standing up on top. So you have departments which are not inferior to any other. They are actually the best in the world that you have got. So no computer science is superior to no mechanical engineering. No chemical engineering is superior to no textile. So all of that is gone now. Let's get out of that world, come here. Each department is the best in its own way. So be proud that you're part of the department and take as much as you can from these departments in the coming 4 years or 5 years that you're planning to be here. The package shops are for the newspapers. What we are here for is education. We are in the temple of learning. IIT is a 60-year-old temple of learning. We are going to learn from there, right? So let's come out of all the airs, get down on the ground with both feet firmly on the ground, attend the orientation program, listen to what we have to tell you about what you are going to do in the next 1 week and perhaps then in the next 4 years. And then follow them as scrupulously as you can and do justice to being in the best place in the world. Thank you and welcome to you all again.
You're handing over them formally? You're formally handing over, sir?
Okay, so the director is asking me, are you formally handing over all of these people to you? They have already been handed over on the 16th evening, rather.
Thank you, Ravi, sir. Let's do an exercise. Could you reach out to the person sitting next to you on your left side, just your name and where you're from, no JE rank. Okay, the person sitting on the aisle, you can turn to your right and say, hello, my name is such and such, I'm from such and such. Please go ahead. No JE rank, please. Okay, one more thing. We have stopped a lot of parents trying to enter this venue to accompany you here. They're quite anxious. So they're all seated and watching the proceedings here. So let's all raise our hand and say hello. They're watching you. Okay. Yeah, next I would like to call upon Professor Rangan Banerjee, Director, IIT Delhi.
Good morning. So nice to see so many bright, young, enthusiastic people coming to IIT Delhi. It's a great pleasure for me, on behalf of the Institute, to welcome you all. I remember when I was long back, I'm from your parents' generation, where I was getting into an IIT and the first few days. How many of you are excited? Raise your hands. How many are a little worried? Great, I'm glad you raised your hands. I think all of us, when we come to a new environment, there's some apprehension, there should be excitement and enthusiasm. How many of you are staying outside home, your parents' home for the first time? Raise your hands. Large number. How many first time in Delhi? Oh, that's amazing. So, the point is, this is the only way I can interact with you because you're such a large group. But I think a few messages. First thing is you are in the right place at the right time. Okay, we at IIT Delhi are, as Ravi told you, in all our departments, we have excellent facilities, we have excellent faculty, and of course, excellent students. And you've joined that cohort of students. You are going to have a very enjoyable 4 to 5 years. Depending on the program that you're in. You are also the first batch, and our dean will give you more details. We've actually gone through a complete curriculum review. And you will be the first batch which will be facing the new curriculum. What are the basic things that we've focused on? We've focused on giving you more choices and flexibility. We've also focused on having more learning by doing. We're also ensuring that everyone, irrespective of which department you're in, will have an exposure to AI and sustainability. You'll do some projects and look at teamwork. You will see that the learning which is happening in the classroom, the learning which goes outside the classroom through your peers, through the clubs, through the different kinds of activities, each of you should understand and identify what you are interested in. And whichever discipline you are in, even within that discipline, there are a whole host of possibilities. You will have options where you can take minor, you can take special courses. So you may have got the department of your choice or you may not have. But you may want to think about how you make that choice, who influences that choice, what really do you want? And many of these questions you will continue to grapple with as you go ahead. So the important thing that I want to tell you is, first of all, understand yourself and understand your strengths and weaknesses and work on what you want to do and what you want to become and why. And you'll be exposed to a whole host of things. We've had Bill Gates coming here, we've had prime ministers and others coming here. So you'll be exposed to a whole host of things. You will also find that you have multiple demands on your time. So please understand, prioritize, and make sure that you spend your time effectively. You know that, in the hostels, we unfortunately do not have enough capacity, so you probably have a little constrained in your accommodation, but believe me, with time, one is you'll get a little used to it, but as you go into senior years, you'll get a little better accommodation. How many of you have difficulty with English? You should proudly raise your hand. There's no problem in having a language barrier, and we will help you. Language is just one way, right? Some of you may know English, some of you may know Hindi, some of you may neither know English nor Hindi, but if you try, you can always overcome that, and we will support you. You will find in your class many students who are as smart or smarter than you. And please remember that though we've been trained to be competitive, we also need to be cooperative. We need to understand and empathize with others and help. And this I don't mean don't help in the exams, right? It's about helping to learn. Sometimes some people learn faster, some people learn slower, but the eventual goal is you learn. So please, please attend classes. Please also remember that faculty members are human beings. You can talk to them. You can ask them questions. Don't hesitate to ask questions. There is no such thing as a silly question, right? You are here to learn, and you must get the maximum from the system. We have high-end research facilities, we have a good library, high performance computing, we have sports facilities, cultural facilities. Make the most of it, and look around you. The people that are there in this room will be some of your best friends for life, right? Another thing, for many of you, this is the first time that you are getting freedom and independence. You are taking your own decisions. Have a sense of discipline and stay connected with your family. Please remember that it's always good. Your family, your parents, and your siblings are people who completely care for you. Talk to them about what is happening, whatever ups and downs. Keep that as a part of the support system. You will have a support system in our institute, and we are here for you. And I really hope, and we will endeavor to actually help you achieve your dreams and aspirations and make you fit to be a citizen of India and the world. All the best. It's such a delight to welcome you here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Professor Narayan Kurur, who is the Dean Academics. Sir.
Good morning. And good morning to parents too. Alan has taught me, shown me the way. Good morning to parents who are off in the LHC across the road. Before I get any further, I'd like to introduce the person or people. People in dean positions, we move on after a few years. So the person who is doing the honors is Alan Sinate. He is the registrar in charge of academics. So if you need anything, if it gets as far as Alan, then we know there is an issue. Typically, it can be sorted by other people who work with Alan. Okay, once again, welcome to IIT. When Chairperson JE handed you over to the director, it felt like slave trade. But jokes apart, yeah, I think the director has touched upon most things that I would have wished to cover. Yes, you're at the right place at the right time. The curriculum is different, which means That's a challenge because the seniors went through something else, right? Because that's one place where you get a lot of information. So the seniors went through something else, um, but it is similar in that sense. So they do have a lot of information. So you can pick on students, on seniors, that is. And as the director said, we have tried to keep the curriculum flexible. So the seniors are going to complain that they had less flexibility. Well, too bad. So in that sense, you are in better shape, I guess. And all departments have tried to introduce as much as possible hands-on learning, because engineering is something where you have to, or for that matter, science, you have to do things with your hand. So we believe that will also get you interested in the field that you are in. In addition, there are other things. Whatever it is, I mean, we don't live in utopia. I also see where Chairperson JE is coming from, but at the end of the day, we also need jobs. Jobs is not the priority, but we also need jobs. So there are things that are there in the curriculum, which is, employers seem to like teamwork and communication and things of that nature. So now we have included as part of your curriculum a component in your 7th semester, I believe, where you will work in teams and communicate. At least this is formal. A lot of this happens anyway in the hostels through your cultural and recreational activities, and which is, I think, one of the big reasons for IIT being what it is. And this is across the board, whether it is Delhi or any other IIT, this is one of the things. And Dean Student Affairs, Professor Panigrahi, will talk to you about those avenues that are out in front of you. The other thing that you all have to keep in mind, and this is something specially addressed to the parents, is that there are a lot of opportunities to go beyond what is written down in the program in terms of getting an MTech degree in 5 years by staying 1 extra year, to get an honors in the discipline that you are in. You can study other things which already exist in minor areas. So you could be studying material science, and you could do a minor area specialization in computer science. And there is this thing of advanced standing where you could be a graduate of physics. And I'm just using physics as an example. At the end of 3 years, if you have taken courses and you are aligned towards computer science, you can get an MTech degree in computer science. I choose computer science because we also know the pecking order. Right? So there are numerous opportunities. This is especially for the parents, right? That there are things that are there. And the thing that you are waiting for, we have retained department change, right? The other thing that you will do differently from the seniors is that seniors all had the same courses in the first year. This time, based on program, you will be doing different courses. There are some courses which are mandated, which all of you would do, but most of them aren't that way. So that's the other big difference. But the courses are more or less the same, because basic science can't be changed that much, or for that matter, engineering, arts, and sciences. They have different names. It's, and I shouldn't say new wine in old bottle. I'd say new water in old bottle, maybe. Okay. Other than that, yes, you will. If you have looked, I think maybe in your forms, you would have signed an honor code. This is something indirectly the director alluded to. So we expect that you will behave responsibly. See, that's a very, very important thing. So far, in addition to the things that the director mentioned, many of you are going away from home for the first time. Somebody or the other was taking decisions for you. Everything, including, when to do laundry, etc., somebody told you to do. Now, you have to take decisions. And which means that you are responsible for your actions. You can't be blaming other people for it. This is a big change. Very, very important. Right? One last thing that I would like to talk about is this transition from school or coaching to college. Well, we call it the institute, is big, very big. This is that you, first of all, that you are staying away from your parents typically, but even our expectations are very different. In addition to taking decisions on your own, your studies is also your responsibility. Unlike your coaches or trainers, I know you don't like them, that I call your coaching people as coaches and trainers, but they are, that's what they are, as far as I'm concerned. They had a different mandate from what we have. For us, it is for you to learn the subject, and this is, as the chairperson J.E. said, is part of an education. And the job is incidental. It's because of the education, one gets a job. Right? So it's a huge change. And as Dean Academics, it's my job to tell you the reason you are here is to study. That said, study is not the only thing you should do. So manage time. Certainly you need to have one hobby at least. But whatever you do, you have to manage time. But don't forget why we are here. We are here to study. This is something, because we have been left open, we try a lot of things, and the learning is that it won't work. We have only 24 hours. And as undergraduates at IIT, you all don't sleep, so you have all 24 hours. Right? But still, you can only do that much in 24 hours. And this is the reason why the room doesn't make a difference. It's more the parents who complain about the room. After a while, you barely stay in the room, so what difference does it make? Okay. Yes, I think I pretty much exhausted what I wanted to say. Right. Finally, once again, welcome to IIT. Oh, yes, the parting message is I happened to ask one of those blue-shirted people, blue polo shirt people who are from the Board of Student Welfare. I said, what message should I tell the undergraduates who are coming here? And he said, stay cool.
Thank you, Kurur sir. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you my colleagues in the academics. They are here. Guru Sevak, please be. Let them notice you. Please identify them properly. You be there. Yeah. That's okay. Can you see him? Yeah, that's Guru Sevak. And next is Mr. Lalit. Lalit, please come up so can they see you better. and Sureshji. They are my colleagues in the in the lecture hall complex. Our doors are always open. You can come with any problems you have, okay?
And as always, I forget, I didn't prepare. We have 3 associate deans, okay, who aren't here. One is the associate dean of academics curriculum, who is the person you are most likely to encounter if you need any exemptions or you screwed up. He is Professor Shauri Chatterjee. There is an Associate Dean Academics PG Research, who is Professor Dhanya. And the third is Associate Dean of Academics Outreach and New Initiatives, is Professor Shilpi Sharma. So you have a lot of other technical things. I mean, yes, that's something I should have mentioned. And there are a lot of technical things in addition to culture and recreation that you could do. And the technical clubs include the Formula One. So we have a team which builds Formula One cars, and we race them. Similarly, there is a club which makes the Hyperloop, which is a levitating machine, levitating automobile, let me call it. There's a robotics club, and there are a lot of other clubs. So all those are taken care of by the Associate Dean Outreach. Okay, sorry, I should have said this earlier. So there are a lot of avenues for you to.
Okay, let's change the direction from non-academics. I'd like to call upon Professor Panigrahi, who is the Dean of Student Affairs.
Very good morning to all of you, and good morning to all the parents, guardians, well-wishers who are quite anxious there, and it seems all of you are very serious here. Don't be serious. Yeah, I'm surprised why Alan called Dean Academics first, then Dean Students. I hope all of you are students, isn't it? So I take that proud to be Dean of yours. Dean of Students. Good. And they call Professor Kurur because Dean Academics, definitely academics is the first priority. Because all of you are here. I congratulate all of you being landed safely at IIT Delhi. And I thank you. You are a very good pilot to be landed at IIT Delhi. And you have chosen IIT Delhi as one of your final destination at this particular junction. Supported by your parents, supported by your well-wishers, supported by the relatives, supported by the friends. Don't forget them. So that is the most important thing. So as the director and dean has already told you, you are here for certain purpose. They have given you many advice regarding the branches. Branch में क्या रखा है? जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना, नाम में क्या रखा है? Because of the flexibility given to you, because of the new curricula you are taking up, forget about. Be happy, all is well. Isn't it? So don't be that much of tense. I didn't get X branch, why I am in Y branch? Because the course curricula is so flexible, enjoy. So that's why be cool, whatever Professor Kuru tell, and enjoy your life for 4 years here. Again, in a very sad and sorrow scenario, I used to tell that you may not have a very good experience in the hostel till now looking into the rooms and etc., but still enjoy it. Every hostel is having lot of facilities available, extracurricular activity, have prime importance in the study, but simultaneously look into your dream. How many of you are in sports? Fantastic. We have a very strong indoor and outdoor sports facility. You can take part in the sports, whatever you like. How many of you are actively in culture, like painting, dancing, and all these things? Enjoy that. So you have so many societies. You have seen those young guys who are helping you till now, VSW, Board of Student Welfare. We have different boards. Board of Student Publication, Board of Student Welfare, Board of Student Sports Activity, many activities are there. Engage yourself, keep your mind cool. That is the most important thing. And definitely, as all of you are out from your parents, maybe initially it is a bit difficult to adjust, but absolutely no problem. I am sure with the new friends, with the new surrounding, you will enjoy the stay here. So, in the hostel, all of you have given a seat, and you know that इसलिए सुबह आप लोगों को पूछा था खाना खा के आए हो या नहीं है खाना अच्छा लगा कितने लोगों को अच्छा लगा फ्रैंकली बोलो ये जबरदस्ती हाथ ऐसे खड़ा कर रहे हैं हाँ चलो but whatever food you are getting our hostels I can say and the good we have you can see this tripod here the camera is sitting on the tripod I am just a dean of students but I have a tripod like he told okay associate dean hostel management Professor Prabal Talukdar who will come and speak about the hostel. He is sitting here. Then we have Associate Dean Student Welfare, Professor Sridevi, whom you will meet in the afternoon. Then the most coveted Dean is Dean of Student Events. How many of you heard the name Rendezvous? अरे भाई आने से पहले सुन लिया चलो अच्छा है You are aware of this rendezvous. So the dean who takes care of all this is the Dean of Student Event. So we have 3 deans. Like Alan told, their office is open 24/7. उसके ऊपर तो नहीं है, but our office is, if it is possible, it is more than 24/7. You can reach any of us at any of point time regarding your any of the problem. And recently, my sincere request to all the students, all the parents, all the guardians. Many news are coming in the newspaper looking into all these events which are happening in different academic institutions. That's why my sincere request to all of you, please take care of yourself. Try to open up with somebody if you have any problem. It may be your roommate, it may be your best friend in the hostel, it may be your parents, it may be a teacher, it may be, all the teachers are your friends now. ये नहीं है कि teacher को sir नमस्ते enjoy. Okay, we are there to help you. So finally, I can tell we have so much facility for you for your multifarious development. आप एक बार यहाँ आ गए, landed कर गए, we are taking care of yours. Okay, so that's why from now on, I am thankful to the Dean Academics. There is an induction program for 7-8 days. You will get inducted into the system. Maybe some of you are from schools. In our era, we are in schools which happened even if up to 12. Okay, some of you are from colleges, but again you are entering into an institute of eminence. That is IIT Delhi. So that's why, welcome to IIT Delhi. Enjoy your stay at IIT Delhi. Be cool, be calm, and any problem you are facing during your journey for the 4 years, please come forward so that we can take care of you. We have a very good hospital facility. We have the facility also the security. You will be gradually introduced into the different avenue which are giving to you in those areas. So maybe I can request my Associate Dean Hostel Management, Professor Prabal, to come here and tell few things about the hostel and all other things before others take, with the due permission from Ireland, if permitted. Okay, please, Professor Prabal. Thank you. Again, welcome to IIT Delhi.
Good morning, everyone. I am Associate Dean Hostel Management, and probably you have already taken your hostels and, getting placed in a small accommodation like double in single room or triple in double room kind of things, right? And that will continue for at least 2 years, and after that probably you will get proper rooms. But as Professor Panigri was saying, it doesn't mean, Professor Kuru was saying, it doesn't mean because most of the time you will be staying outside the hostel, right? Because of your lot of academic activity, but it's not imposed by the faculty. It's basically your interest in various activities, right? There are a lot of clubs here. There are a lot of avenues in IIT. So you'll be basically make yourself busy with all these activities. So it's not kind of imposed by us, but it's your own interest. You will be spending more time outside the hostel. But inside the hostel also, there are a lot of good things which happen, right? There are, of course, like for 1 month or 2 months, you may not be interacting with your seniors because of kind of a cool-up period for you to kind of understand the hostel thing and then IIT culture. But after that, you gradually, mix up with your seniors, and we have nice common room. We have reading room because your rooms are not basically AC, right? Probably you have some cooler or fans there, but our reading rooms are basically AC is fitted there, so you can spend good time in your reading rooms for studying and all. Our library is not kind of open now because of renovation, but still LH is there for your studies and all, and of course like hostel reading room as you were saying. We have good gym in all hostels, a lot of equipments we are having. And I think last 3 years we are not getting much time to do exercise and all. Now probably can start here, with our gym activities. Then we have student activity center where you have, all kind of sports there. So there are a lot of facilities you will be getting, a lot of food outlets around the campus. And in the hostel also we have kind of night canteens. So you can eat anytime in the night, everything is there. And being in Delhi, we have all this food delivery kind of, facilities are there. You can always call Zomato or Swiggy, whatever you want. So there is no problem of food and other things. You are missing, if you are from South India, you are missing South Indian food. There are plenty of, outlets and all. So there is no issue with that. And regarding the hostel, gradually you'll understand the culture of hostel, how to take part in different activities, starting from, there are a lot of portfolios in the hostel, gradually learn from that. And yeah, so these are all, every day we learn something in IIT. Till this age, we have been in IIT and we have been learning every day something new. So that is the best part of IIT. And you will be interacting with your seniors who has left IIT. Still they will keep coming to IIT to kind of nurture you. So you'll get all kind of exposure from your seniors, from people outside. Everything is there, right? Except a very nice hostel. That's it. Thank you.
I forget to mention only one thing. All of you should feel proud that after 10 p.m. in the night, the professors will be at your service. You don't understand? कितने लोग खुश हो ये सुन के कि all the professors or most of the professors of IIT Delhi will be at your doorstep for your service after 10 p.m. in the night, maybe at 1 a.m. How many of you feel proud of that? कि भाई कैसे IIT में एडमिशन लिया कि प्रोफेसर मेरे सेवा में हाजिर होंगे रात 1 बजे. Yeah, in a simple lighter note. No, this is not a problem. This is a problem-solving process. So we have a proctorial team consisting of the professors of IIT Delhi, whom I have already declared as your friends. So they may reach at your home, at your room, inquire about your well-being. Be free to discuss with all of them. Sorry, don't use the hostel language. Your seniors may used to tell you. I can't tell on this open forum. Okay. Be free, discuss with them, tell them whatever your problem. Okay. So that is the proctorial team. They will reach to all of you. So that I have forgotten to mention about that particular thing. Okay. So maybe sometime in the night you may face me also. That's not a problem. Yeah. We'll take a cup of tea or coffee, whatever will be available in the night canteen and something like that, and enjoy your life. Sorry, Alan, I have taken much of your time. Please.
Thank you, sir. Now, Professor Anjali Multani, who's the Dean of Diversity and Inclusion. Ma'am.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Like, seriously, is that all you've got? It's almost 10 o'clock. How many of you are early risers? Don't lie. Your first class will start at 8 a.m. You do know that. And you can't pick, like I used to pick in my undergrad, which is a class which starts at what time, and therefore my timetable got constructed. You have a centralized timetable. Anyway, so my name is Anjali Multani. I teach literature at the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. I am also the Dean of Diversity and Inclusion at IIT Delhi. Have you all heard of this thing, diversity and inclusion? Yeah? No? What do you think it means? Okay, look around you in the audience, where all of you are sitting. You have things in common, right? Yeah? Are you also different from each other? Right? So that's essentially what we mean by diversity and inclusion. We are both similar, we have things in common, we are different from each other, and in that difference, we can include, acknowledge things which are not exactly like us. So I'm going to give you a little bit of gyan and then a little bit of factual information. The little bit of gyan starts now. First of all, congratulations to all of you for making it here. You've heard this many times. Have you not? How happy were you when you first heard you had made it through the exam and got selected at IIT Delhi? Very happy. Each person sitting next to you, around you in this room was equally happy, I hope. So please look around and congratulate the person sitting next to you as well. It's nice to begin your new path, your 4 years, on a positive note, on a note of smiling at people, of welcoming them. This is going to be your community. This is going to be your friends. And these will probably be the people you celebrate your 60th birthdays with. I'm not joking. I've just actually been told of a party like this. Folks who met at an undergrad in IIT Delhi have just celebrated their 60th birthday in Europe. So maybe that one day you will do that with somebody sitting in this very room. How do you know? So the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is an office which is of the first of its kind set up at any higher educational institution in India. I am the first dean, and there is an absolutely excellent office team and staff support system and student support system that that basically enables me to stand here and talk to all of you. Now, one other thing that I want you to remember in the interests of diversity and inclusion is that you can learn a lot from books, you can learn a lot of life, you can learn a lot from movies. I learned one lesson from a movie many years ago. It was a long time ago, so I'm not going to tell you which one. And I'm hoping some of the people who are yawning will now wake up and be a little bit more interested. So in this film, the character talked about a friend of his who had a sports car. And this sports car he kept in the garage, and he said the condition he had for driving the sports car was that he would only take it on the streets when every light was green. When do you think the car went out? Never. Because life's not like that, is it? If we wait and expect every single opportunity to be exactly the way we want it, for life to just give us the most perfect time all the time, we are going to be disappointed. And in that disappointment, sometimes we end up blaming other people. Sometimes we end up blaming ourselves. And that's really not either productive or smart thing to do. So please remember, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is their own. You will win some things, you will lose some things. Sometimes you will be number one, sometimes you'll be number three. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is in the holistic education you get here, that you learn to be respectful, you learn to acknowledge difference, you learn to treat other people with dignity, and you learn that everything doesn't have to be a one-size-fits-all. So that is essentially the vision of this office. That is, we try and work to make the campus truly inclusive and accessible. And by accessible, I mean not just emotionally and in a sort of a social way accessible, but also physically accessible. We interface with all other units of the office, of the institute, which is why I was sitting here. And we work to create an equitable space on campus in all aspects of life. So that's why I also came at the end. You heard about academics, you heard about co-curricular, you heard about the hostels, and then something that brings them all together. We have three main goals on the campus, or our mandate is actually these 3 points. We are supposed to sensitize you. Everybody in this room. We run sensitization programs for the security staff, for hostel staff, for academic staff, for faculty, and for students also. We advocate where we think it is necessary. If somebody needs some special accommodation, somebody needs something which is slightly different, you make a case for it, and the ODI will advocate if that is a reasonable case. We recommend policy changes. So one of the things you will notice is the person standing next to me interpreting everything I'm saying in sign language. This is a recommendation made by the Office of Diversity and Inclusion that every event on campus should have a sign language interpreter. Every event on campus should be accessible. We should technically be having closed caption here right now. I have no idea why that's not working, so I'm going to take it up. Anushka, yes, you'll meet them in a bit. We have 4 verticals. Office of Accessible Education, which is the OAE. This looks after the reasonable accommodations of students with disability. Anybody who has been admitted with the benchmark disability as certified by the RPWD Act of the Government of India, and they are eligible for certain reasonable accommodations, our office makes sure you get that. You will be asked to fill out a form saying that this is what I need, and we will carry that forward. We also provide hardware in case anybody needs any special learning aids, screen readers, wheelchairs for moving around. We have a cart on campus, hearing aids, whatever the technical aid it might be that you need. We have the Initiative for Caste Equity. This works towards making the campus caste sensitive and bias-free. We have the Initiative for Gender Equity. So we look at I noticed something when I was telling Professor Panigri. It's nice to see many women, not as many as I would like, but nice to see some women in the audience. But also notice that most of the women are sitting in one block over there. There are a few here, but there's a kind of a block over there. You can figure that out. That's an interesting question. You all are problem solvers, right? How do you solve this problem? How do you make sure that the representation of students in higher education is the same as the representation of genders and social identities as in society? So that's an interesting problem that I hope you will look at in the next 4 years. Our 4th vertical is Indradhanu, which is an LGBTQIA++ collective. It is an alliance of students, faculty kind of help out. We, again, will be talking a little bit more in detail about this. We also have diversity representatives that will be in the hostels that represent the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Some of them are here now, I think. Do you want to just come a little bit here so that... So apart from your BSW representatives, these are the other students that have the privilege of being officially allowed to interact with you. They will tell you in more detail what their special role is, but here are friendly faces. Smile, look friendly. Thank you. Here are some friendly faces. They will not be mean to you, they will not eat you up, and they will do their best to help you. So the vision of Office of Accessible Education, I like to invite Anushka. She's a consultant for accessible education. The office is in LHC, Lecture Hall Complex, on the ground floor. And the vision is that we provide a comprehensive learning environment. We ensure the campus is accessible for students with disability. And we try and ensure equal opportunities in all aspects for people with disability on campus. So if it's a question of access to teaching material, or access to a restaurant or cafe, access to social outings, please let Anushka know you're facing any difficulty, and she will try her best to fix that. We have the Initiative for Caste Equity. Our consultant is Tushar. First floor, main building, just down the corridor. Again, somebody who is here to help you navigate through any kind of difficulties that you face. If you have any questions about, there are some thorny issues, we feel that we are not good enough, we came in through reservations, there is these things on campus, let's face it. None of that is true. I can say it to you till I'm blue in the face. You have to believe it, you have to accept it, and you have to act on it. So we do have an Initiative for Caste Equity which works through different programs to make this campus friendly and discrimination free. On the whole, I think we are a pretty good campus, but it helps to have conversations about difficult things, which is what we do. ICE also works in tandem with the SC/ST cell, which is a government mandated cell, to make sure there is a timely and smooth distribution and knowledge of scholarships and other things, and we work to make the campus inclusive for all. So any problems, any questions, you want to participate as an ally, you want to volunteer for our events, Tushar is the person to contact. We have faculty advisors also, you'll meet them later. Thanks, Tushar. Shreya is not here, she's not well, I think, but here's our student representative for IGIS, Shabdapriti. She is in Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, and IGIS works towards creating an equal, inclusive, and gender-just educational environment. So it's not just for women, okay? It's for all genders, male, female, and neither, both, all genders, and we advocate also amongst our other things, a zero tolerance policy towards sexual harassment. There is an internal complaints committee as mandated by the government of India, but any questions you have, there will be workshops, there will be talks and sensitization, you can reach out to any of us. And we have gender dialogues, especially for the field of STEM. Like I said a little bit earlier, why are there not more women in STEM? Where does the problem lie? Are women not interested in science and technology and engineering? Are they not good enough? Do coaching institutes not make female-only hostels? These are things that you should think about and hopefully change. And Indradhanu, we build a secure and welcoming environment for gender and sexual minorities on campus. We don't have a formal consultant yet, but Vaibhav stands in for one. They are a PhD student, again, for my sins, in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. One of the senior people that you will see around the campus, you can call on, not just for ODI-related inquiries, but again, also other issues that you may want to talk about. Indradhanu encourages individuals to explore identity, socialize, and engage. And I will reassure the parents here that we are not talking about anything other than academic and actual intellectual information. There is all kinds of stuff out there on the internet, everywhere. There is misinformation. There is all kinds of garbage being peddled in the name of gender relations. We do our best to bring a sane and academic intellectual voice to that. We are in an educational institute, and we advocate growth through education, through awareness, and by challenging societal biases. I'll just quickly introduce our faculty advisors by name. Professor Vikram Singh and Gaurav Kar for OAE, Professor Yashpal Jogdan for ICE, Professor Sushma Shantapuri and Neerat Ray for IGIS, and Professor Shehzad Ghani for CAS, for Indradhanu. We have our office team. Akhil is here. He is the main person in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Here's Drishti. She works for the verticals as well, very hands-on. I did see some others, but anyway, if you walk down to our office on the first floor, just off the ramp, when you're coming up from CCD, you will meet us all. And that's it for me. Any other questions? Formal, informal, we're around. Please feel free to come up and ask. Welcome once again, and I hope to see you at some of our events, if not all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, Stuti. So, are you aware that each one of you will be undergoing this language proficiency test and computer literacy test? Okay, to take us through this, I would like to invite on stage Professor Shruti Sharma, please. Shruti, sorry.
I would. Can I keep this on top? Okay. This board. If you would. Good morning. I'm Dr. Srishti Sharma, and I'm from the Language Learning Center. I'm here to inform you about the language proficiency test that all of you would have to take because DAN, the language course, is mandatory for all first years. Yeah, I hope you can all see it. The test, the language proficiency test, is to map diverse language exposure through a Moodle-based MCQ quiz. And the test will start from the second half of today till 24th of July. Now, through this test, you get to choose from various modules that we have offered for you, which would be one module per semester, bringing it to a total of 2 modules for the 2 semesters. Now, you will need to take the language proficiency test throughout these 3 days, today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, and you will need to check your IIT webmail for information. After the test, you need to note that some of the classes will begin in the induction week from 25th of July due to various logistical factors. Kindly, once you proceed towards the examination hall for your language proficiency test, remember your Kerberos ID and password and your personal mobile number. If you have any queries, please write to us at nlnadmin@hss.iitt.ac.in. For further information regarding the timing and the day of your language proficiency test, kindly contact the registration desk. That is it from me. Thank you.
Yeah, next to talk about the computer literacy test, I would like to call upon Professor Navin Garg from the Computer Science Department. Sir.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to IIT Delhi. There is a computer literacy test that we are going to be conducting tomorrow. So I know it's springing a surprise on you, but I'm here to assuage any anxiety you might have on that matter. The idea is that we want to, it's okay, maybe I'll make sure that you see the slides. So what's this test about? We'll be testing your proficiency in Python programming. Most of you here might not know Python programming. That's perfectly okay. I don't want you to spend the night tonight, studying for this test or any such thing. The purpose is only to make sure that those who know are in a different section than those who do not know. Okay? You all have to do a course called COL 1000. This is a core course. Some of you will be doing it this semester. The others will be doing it in the following semester. But everyone has to do this course. It's called Introduction to Programming, COL 1000. And this test is for everyone. Okay? Even if you are not doing it in this coming semester, you still have to write this test tomorrow. Yeah? So that's an important thing to note. So what we are doing is that we are structuring the course, dividing the course into two sections. Those who are familiar with Python and those who are not, right? And we'll teach them slightly differently in the first few weeks. And after that, it'll all be the same. So the two sections are not different in any manner. Same exams, everything. So don't try to think, no, I want to go to that section or I want to go to that section. I know Python, but I'll fail the test. Don't do all of that, right? Do the test in the best way you can, but don't stress in any way, right? If you don't know Python, great. This is the first of many tests you will do at IIT where you will maybe draw a 0, right? That's perfectly okay. No harm, right? No harm at all. We'll just put you in a section where we'll take you gently through Python programming. The other section will rush you a bit so that you don't feel bored, right? Those who already know Python. That's the only purpose of this test, okay? So I hope I have made it very clear. All sections will cover the same material by the end of this course. We'll take the same exams. So don't try to game in any manner. Okay? No section-wise grading. This course is for everyone, not just those who are doing it in this semester. Not just for computer science students. Everyone. Everyone in this hall and everyone that's coming after this session. Right? It's for everyone. Okay, what do you need to do? Bring a pencil. Right? 2B, because it will be OMR, it will be a pen and paper test. We'll give you a question paper. You've not done a pen and paper test for many, many years now, right? So you will have a paper exam, you'll have an OMR sheet, so you'll need a pencil to fill in the things. If you're not carrying a pencil and you only carry a pen, then you know the problem, right? You can't erase an error, an erroneous mark. So after the test, we will evaluate, and then we will tell you which section you are going to be in. The ones who have a Python background as determined by this test, or those who don't have, right? Again, don't sweat, don't try sending mail saying, no, I should be in that section, I should be in that section. It makes no difference, right? It's just how we are teaching you, okay? But we do want you to write this test sincerely, right? We might decide to include the score of some part of the score of this in the final evaluation, right? But don't sweat. If you did not get a good score, you will have a chance to make up after 3 weeks when we give you a second test on it. But don't worry about marks or any such thing, but important that you do it sincerely. Okay, more logistics. The exam is tomorrow. Sorry for the short notice. It begins at 8:30 in the morning. Okay, we want you to be in your seats by 8:15. Okay, which means you should leave your hostel by 8 o'clock. Okay, breakfast kar lena. Uske baad just start for this. You have to come to LHC 114. LHC is this big building, right? You perhaps will get. Oh, sorry. Okay, there. Big building, first floor, just come there and we will tell you which room you should go to, right? Because all 1,200 students will be writing the test. There will be some assignment of rooms, which we are still figuring out. We'll not allow you entry after 8:25 because the test is going to start at 8:30. It's just a 50-minute test, 50 minutes. Okay, short test, 28 questions, I think, all multiple choice. What do you need? You need to remember your entry number. No Kerberos ID, no password, just entry number. Entry number you need to commit to memory now, right? Everywhere entry number is going to be required. He's perhaps already told you that. Okay, no electronic device. If you are carrying a bag, you can put everything in that bag and leave it in the classroom in which you are sitting. Yeah, so no problem with that. Okay, that's all. Yeah. I hope there are no questions. Eh?
If you have any questions to Three of us who remained here. And just to give you a warning, Professor Garg is head computer science, and when he says that you might get zeros in tests, he has gone through it before. He's an alumnus of this institute. Okay, any questions? Okay, great. Well, as teachers, we expect this. Any questions gets no response. Fair enough. If parents were there, they would have asked us, what scope does this program have, or that program have? We are spared of that. Thank you very much. And yes, you are now hit the road now, starting with registration, English proficiency, computer literacy. This is IIT Delhi for you. Okay? Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Could someone pass on the codeless? Okay. Hold on. Yeah.
We are sending a mic. We are sending a mic. Either.
I just wanted to ask that our classes will be starting on the 31st, and prior to that, if we wish to inquire something from our teachers, like how should we contact them?
If you wish to
Inquire something from our professors before the classes start, how should we contact them?
all of us are accessible through email.
Right, because we don't even know who our professors are as of right now.
Okay. Well, I think when you register, whenever that happens, I believe you will be registered for courses, and when you register for courses, then the course coordinator's name will probably show up somewhere in your eAcad portal, I guess. If not, you can, well, it's very convoluted. Maybe the BSW chaps will be able to help you out with this.
Right, thank you.
That just reminded me, who was it, one of us was saying that, look, talk to faculty members. We are human beings, yes, the director said that. But by and large, like most of you, we are also sort of, well, there are very few of us who are outgoing. And so we typically walk with our heads down like this. We don't make eye contact. But if you approach us, we will solve any issues that you have. So don't go by the looks that we are grumpy faced typically. I fall in that. No, this is a big thing. It's very different from your bhaiyas and teachers in coaching institutes. But if you approach people, we are not going to ask you, but if you approach people, people will help.
I'll take up from Kurusar says, you have your departmental welcome in your schedule. There you will meet all your faculty concern of that concerned department. Is that okay? Please go through the schedule. Okay? Any other questions?
So you must have got a schedule of where your departmental orientation is. This is your first step at navigating through the institute. So figure it out. It probably is in LHC, which is, if you are geographically oriented right, this way. The male's hostel is that way, and the female's hostel is this way. And there's one main street which runs through the campus. So academics is there on that side. Huh? Academics is one vase. There. Okay, all right. So find the room. It would be in LH, means LHC, and then you can figure it out. And the entry number, I didn't mention it. It used to happen that the dean would tell you a lot of information. We don't do it anymore. And the BSW people, it's a 11 character thing that you would have got. 2024, two letters which define your program, one which define again a program, and then 4 unique digits. Okay? That's the one, that's an entry number. The email, your Kerberos ID is a little bit similar to that. You can figure it out. Okay.
It's in the schedule, departmental welcome. For instance, applied mechanics, you have your departmental welcome in LH 308 and LH 310. Today, post lunch at 1400 hours, 2 o'clock, yeah?
In any case, your departmental meeting will only happen after the refreshments which are outside.
Yes, please go enjoy your refreshments. Thank you. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Enjoy the rain? Good. So I would like to request the director and his team to join me on stage. Sir, please. Please settle down fast. All the design students are here, DD1, DD2. Can you raise your hands? The design who just completed their registration in LHC? That's it? The DD2, huh? Okay, to begin with, I would like to invite on podium Professor M.R. Ravi, who's the chairperson, JE, sir.
Thank you, Alan. Good morning and welcome to IIT Delhi. Welcome to the real world. From the make-believe world of JEE and JOSA, where there is a caste system and hierarchy of disciplines, where it is believed that IIT Bombay Computer Science is the highest and best discipline in the world, which is followed by so-and-so, 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 and then the last is so-and-so. Welcome to the real world of IIT Delhi, where every department is between the 50th and 100th or even less than the 50th rank in the world in its own way. No department here is competing with another department. There is no computer science department which is better than an electrical engineering department or a mechanical engineering department. There is no material science or a textile department which is inferior to a mechanical engineering department or some other department. The caste system is gone. Please enter IIT Delhi, where every department is excellent and the best in its own right. Be proud of your department because you are in one of the best departments in the world, right? So forget about IITs being the shops that give you the best jobs in the world, highest packages in crores. Welcome to the temple of learning. We are here to study. Jobs follow us. We don't follow jobs, right? So this basically is my welcome message to all of you, and formally we have handed over the list of all of you to the Dean Academics and the Director on the 16th. With you in presence now, let me formally hand you over to the Director IIT Delhi and welcome him here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi sir. I forgot, we did one exercise in the morning. Let's repeat it for this batch too, okay? Reach out to the person to your left and introduce yourself, your name, and where you're from. No JE rank. Go ahead. And people on the aisle, you don't have someone on your left, you can turn to the one on your right. Go ahead. Good. Okay? If your name is long, 4, 5 make it short, okay? And you know where your parents are right now? They've been wanting to crash into this room. So they're watching this proceeding. So raise your right hand and say, hello, mom. They should see you. All raise your hand. Yes. They should know that you're safe and sound here, okay? Next, to take a sneak peek into the academic processes, I would like to invite Professor Narayan Kurur, who is the Dean Academics. Sir. Okay, I jump the ship, sorry. I would request Professor Ranjan Banerjee, who is the Director IT Delhi, to take the podium.
So you will hear the Dean soon. So, good morning. Yeah. So it was really, when Alan asked you to talk to each other, I think suddenly the whole hall came to life, right? As you in the classroom and in the hostels, all the people look around you, the people around you in this room are going to be some of your best friends for life, right? So I go back several years. I remember when I was in your position at this time, and I think you are, let me first of all, on behalf of the Institute, let me congratulate all of you for making it to IIT Delhi. A big congratulations to your parents and your support system, because I think the last few years must have been a big struggle. Having said that, a different phase begins, right? So, you go beyond your MCQs and elimination and the different kind of process of learning which you will see in this institute. Let me just say a few words of advice as we go along. The first thing is that how many of you are away from your home for the first time, staying away from your home? Okay. How many of you are first time in Delhi? Okay, great. So this is, it's a different phase of life, and so far you've mostly been at home with your family, your parents, and now you have a new home at IIT Delhi, and I'm sure you will get to like and you'll adjust to the new surroundings. You will also have a different type of freedom. With freedom comes some responsibility, and you will please think about it. Identify what you're prioritizing, what kind of time you want to spend, and you will, you'll have a lot of pressures on your time. There are many different things that you will do, and you will need to think for yourself. Understand what you want, what are your passions. We have many different opportunities in the Institute, and irrespective of which discipline that you've come for, you will also have choices for doing different kinds of electives and courses that you can choose. You can decide to specialize in your discipline. You can also decide to go for some other disciplines and take some courses and take minors. We have an opportunity for you, if you wish, to also change your branch at the end of a year. We have an opportunity at the end of 3 years where you can opt to spend an additional year and take another specialization, so you get a BTech in something and a master's in another. So there are many different opportunities. In all of this, think through and think for yourself. And this is easier said than done, because you may want to think about what you have chosen, why you have chosen, and try to understand what is it, who influenced that decision, or was it just the previous ranks and your rank which influenced that decision. But finally, you need to, you will have your seniors, you will have faculty members, you'll have a lot of experiences and exposure. But the important thing is identify your passions and follow your dreams. It's also, you will see that in the institute, apart from academics, whether it is your technical, co-curricular, extracurricular, sports, music, whatever be your passion, we in the institute are likely to have a club or a group which is interested in the same passion. If you have some passion where we don't have this, please do approach us, approach the dean students, and we will create a new thing. We are interested in your overall growth. We want you to become we want you to become an engineer, we want you to become a citizen of India, we want you to be someone who is future ready, and we have, both in the classroom and outside the classroom, we have created options for you to do that, right? You are the first batch which will face the new curriculum, and the new curriculum gives you much more choice. It gives you a focus on learning by doing, and we are also giving you opportunities to work in teams. So as you go through the curriculum and you go through the classroom, the first thing is please be regular and attend classes. And as you go through, you work on things as you are, and that regularity will actually help you in terms of. Also, you will see that, each one of you must be, in your own way, you've done extremely well in your schools and in your college before coming here. But you will find in the classroom there may be people who are equally good, some better than you. It doesn't matter. You are not always competing with everyone. You are also cooperating and collaborating. And as you go ahead, whether you learn something very quickly or you take a little bit more time, it doesn't matter as long as you learn. So please understand, there is no problem. If you have a doubt, please raise the doubt, right? So you should not be worried. I don't know, some of you, are there any of you who you're not confident in English? Are there people who have a problem with English? If you have, you should be proud to raise your hand. There is no problem. You may have a language problem, but you should, it is something which we can work on, right? Whether you know English, or you know Hindi, or you don't know either of these two languages, it doesn't matter. We can work on that, and we will help you and work with you in that. The other thing is, during these 4 to 5 years, you will come through ups and downs. It's whenever you have a difficulty, please reach out and ask for help. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your faculty members, and we will be there for you. We will overcome those difficulties and then move ahead, right? So this is all a part of life. You are now part of IIT Delhi, and you are in the right place at the right time. You have very significant opportunities here. We have a lot of high-end characterization, fabrication equipment. We have an excellent library. We have online resources. We have a high-power computing. You will also get exposure. You will have the variety of alumni, industry, politicians. You name the people, they will all come and interact with you and discuss. So make the most of your opportunities at this institute so that you can grow. And while you do all of this, please remember to stay connected with your parents. Your parents and your family are a big support system. Please talk to them. Tell them what you are doing. let them, they may or may not understand the exact thing in your system, but in your IIT, but it's always good to please retain that. And please do that. And I'm sure all of you will have an excellent 4 or 5 years, depending on the program that you are in. Once again, it's a great pleasure for me to welcome you here and hope that the years at IIT Delhi will be some of the best years in your life. Thank you so much for joining IIT Delhi, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Well, it's my pleasure to introduce you a long distance runner and the Dean Academics, Professor Narayan Kurur, sir.
Before I go any further, I would like to introduce the person who is anchoring this. He is the Registrar of Academics, Alan Sinate. If there are any issues that you encounter with your academics, then he's the last resort. There are other people who work with him who should be able to handle most things. If anything reaches Alan, then we know we are in trouble. And the other moral of the story is don't come to us, go to him. No, okay. While we are in introductions, I have to introduce you to 3 other associate deans who work in the academics section. The person who you are most likely to encounter is the Associate Dean Curriculum. He is Professor Shauri Chatterjee. The other dean is Associate Dean Academics PG Research, is Professor Dhanya. And the third is Academics Outreach, Outreach and New Initiatives. And I'll have some opportunity to talk about where she gets involved. This is Professor Shilpi Sharma. And we live across the street on the other side. We are banished to the outskirts of the academic area. Vanvas, that's where we are. And that's where you'll have your... That's the central gravity of all of these. Well, yeah, you are here because of that. That's why I get... Dean Panigrahi was saying that, you know, he has to leave. And I said, you can go first. He says, no, you have to, because academics. Any case, before I come to the curriculum, one thing, you know, we used to teach in the old curriculum. I teach chemistry, by the way, teach to large classes, half the size maybe. And we had to do it morning and afternoon for different sets of students. So I teach 300 in the morning and a different set of 300 in the afternoon. And the same stuff. And we are in that situation now. All of us have heard each other. Right? And we have to also say things which are different. So the director has pretty much said whatever I said in the first session. Now I have to improvise. Well, that is director level speech. Na humko nahi aata wo sab. Any case, I will talk to you about a few things. Again, it is repetitive, but you know that's a part of pedagogy, right? Teachers tend to repeat themselves, and it's a trick that we use, repetition. So yes, you are in a new curriculum, right? A different curriculum, which means that seniors won't know the nitty-gritty details. Right? They are a good resource, not always correct, nevertheless, they are a good resource. But they don't know the real details. I don't know what is written in Inception. Take it with a pinch of salt. I don't know either because you're going to experience it. We'll see how it goes. But the things that we have tried to do is flexibility, hands-on learning, um, and also introduce you to stuff which we believe is important um, in life, environment, and sustainability. I think all of us are affected by these things, and also some emerging trends like artificial intelligence, etc., etc. More importantly, and this is, oh yes, he was saying, hi mom, right? In the US, if you go to a big sporting event, there are two placards you will see: hi mom and John 3:16. Right. So yes, this is for all the parents out there in LHC. Um, yes, where was I? In any case, there are numerous opportunities for you to do things as part of the curriculum. For example, you could study the program that you are in and try, and if you are interested in any program, you could switch to you could do a master's in 5 years. That is 4 plus 1. If you're in 5, anyway, well, you won't need to do it. But in a 4-year program, you could study program A and then switch to an MTech in program B. That's one thing. You can, in your program itself, you can do honors by taking a few extra credits. We already have minor area specializations in various areas, which continue. And you can also do specialization within your department. So there are numerous opportunities for you to do stuff beyond what is there in your sort of designated curriculum. We have chosen to retain department change. Okay, unlike many of the other institutes which have gotten rid of it, we think that also provides flexibility in some sense. So we've retained a department change. Other details, I think you will learn as you go. I don't want to overload you with too much information. It's the transition is bad enough, I think, as the survey that the director conducted by a show of hands. Many of you are moving off from homes and living by yourself. So that is tough. I can imagine it's not easy. It's complicated. As to your parents are not going to ask you, you know what, here, eat this. This is good for you. You are in that, from that thing onwards, you have to take decisions, what you will eat, when you'll do laundry, etc., etc. So it is you're responsible for your actions, as the director said. So it is challenging, I imagine. And it is not going to, I mean, it's not always an easy ride. We have to be prepared, as the director said, to face challenges. And this transition from school or coaching to the institute, we don't call it college, by the way, is complicated also from the academic standpoint, because we expect you to be responsible for your own learning. We might show you the way, but you are responsible for your learning. So there are a lot higher expectations of you, right? For us, it makes no difference whether you got X rank or X mark, but what you learned, right? So that is what, so there's the yardstick is a little bit different. So we have to get prepared for it. And it is a new place. As they say, the cliched expression, when you are in Rome, do as Romans do. You can't expect things the way it was. You say, oh, coaching mein aisa tha. Well, too bad. ये तो IIT Delhi है. आज दोपहर से English language literacy test chalega. That's how we do it. Get used to it. Huh? So it's not going to, it's going to be different. That's all I'm trying to say. That, look, it's going to be different. So you might as well get prepared. So adaptation is important. It's not the strongest who survive. It is those who adapt who survive. Similarly, a little bit of grit and resilience, not a little bit, a lot of it is required. But despite all these challenges that I've been pointing out, it's still, I think it's going to be a great experience for you. It's, for a lot of people, it's going to be a life-changing experience. So, enjoy it. Now, finally, you're here to study. Let's not forget that. But study is not the only thing that you should do. You should try other things. There are a lot of opportunities, cultural, recreational, all sorts of other things, but I will just talk about the co-curricular technical things that you could do, which is the one that I talked about of the academics outreach. So we have technical clubs. For example, we have a club which builds the Formula One cars, which race in competitions in India as well as outside India. We have a club on robotics. We have, I think, a lot of software development clubs. So there are numerous opportunities for you to engage in outside of the curriculum. I'll leave the culture and recreation part to Dean Panigrahi. But so these are things that you could do and you should do. You should explore, but again, don't forget that you're here for academics. I know that coaching institutes tell you, and maybe I could survey this, how many of the coaching instructors told you, yaar, IIT ke gate ke andar ghusna bas ho jayega kaam. Lord, that is not true, unfortunately. That doesn't work that way. Sadly. Okay? And finally, I was talking to the BSW General Secretary and said, what message should I give them? And he said, stay cool.
Thank you, Stuti. Now, I would like to invite the Dean of Student Affairs, Professor Panigrahi, to the podium.
You have entered in this room in the morning. Now it is very good afternoon to all of you. खुश हो ना? खाना खाया? अच्छा था? हाँ, वॉइस नहीं निकलेगा अभी, क्योंकि फिर भूख लग गया है. Anyhow, so welcome to IIT Delhi. I congratulate you and your parents, guardians, the family members, the friends, and the support of everybody, your teachers and everybody. Like Professor Kurur told, please forget the thing you have told. एक बार IIT के गेट में घुस गया तो सब हो गया. नहीं, अभी निकलने के बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा. Isn't it? And you may hear many things from many of your seniors. डरो मत. क्योंकि usually I used to tell when you are in the hostel now, how many years you will stay in the hostel? How many years you will stay in the hostel? 4 or 5, depending upon your degree duration. How many years the final year student will stay? जो अभी फाइनल ईयर में है, तुम्हारा सीनियर बोल रहा है, कितने साल रहेगा? 1 ही साल. तो सीनियर कौन हुआ? भाई हॉस्टल तुम्हारा है. अंडरस्टूड? तो आपको जो सीनियर बोलेगा ना कि हम सीनियर है, ये है, वो भूल जाओ. ठीक है? बिकॉज दिस इज माई रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू लुक इन टू द नेम एंड फेम ऑफ द हॉस्टल. ओके? आई एम सॉरी, आई हैव गिवन यू ए सीट इन द हॉस्टल. इट इज ए कोऑपरेटिव सिस्टम. It is a collaborative system. Have the friendship. Like already told, don't ask the rank, don't ask anything. Enjoy karo, cool raho. Clear? So, of course, you are here because you are a student, STUD, study करना है आपको, that is the first priority. That is the ambition of your parent, that is the ambition of yours. ब्रांच भूल जाओ, कौन सा ब्रांच है, रैंक भूल जाओ, कौन सा कोचिंग सेंटर गए थे वो भी भूल जाओ. एक बार आप IITian बन गए, IIT दिल्ली में इंटर कर गए, डिलाइट बन गए, दिल्ली IIT, and be delight. Okay? You understood why I am telling this? खुश रहो, वही important thing है. Now पढ़ाई के साथ साथ whatever is, there are multiple facility available in the hostel. How many of you are the sports person? खेलते हो? कभी खिलाते हो किसको? नहीं. तो यहाँ खेलना और खेलने के साथ खिलाना सब कुछ चलता है. Enjoy the life. Enjoy the extracurricular activity, whether it is a cultural things, whether it is a sports, whether it is painting, whether it is debate. We have many clubs. Okay? The Board of Student Publication, BRCA. एक नाम तो सुन के आए होंगे आप IIT दिल्ली का बारे में. क्या अट्रैक्ट किया IIT दिल्ली का यहाँ आने के लिए आपको? बताओ. टैग? ओह, टैग क्या करेगा? रेंडेवोज के बारे में सुने हो? कितने बच्चे रेंडेवोज के बारे में सुने हो? है देखो, क्या है वो? फेस्ट. पहला दिन एंटर करते करते फेस्ट सुन के आए हो और इतना खुशी का माहौल बन गया. देखो सबके मुंह में हंसी है कि अरे भाई यू विल वेट फॉर द फेस्ट. यस, डेफिनेटली यू हैव टू डू इट. एंड मैंने जैसे बोला ना, आप सीनियर हो तो you have to enjoy that. So my only submission is, along with study, we have taken care of your multi-dimensional development in the hostel life. Another thing is, see, you are so proud, you will be in the hostel, and from today almost till 20th August, the IIT professors who are used to be your friends, there is no distinction between professor, faculty, student, कुछ नहीं है, will be at your service at night 1 AM. आपके सेवा में हाजिर हो जाएंगे. दरवाजा खटखटाएंगे 1 बजे. ये मत बोलना कौन है बे. ठीक है? वो क्यों आते हैं? Because we have a proctorial team. The professors will come, they interact with you, they will discuss the problem. बहुत सारे लोग फर्स्ट टाइम आए हैं, like director sir has told, how many of you are away from the home for the first time? कभी मम्मी का याद आ जाएगा, कभी पेरेंट्स का याद आ जाएगा, कभी छोटे भाई का याद आ जाएगा, छोटे बहन का याद आ जाता है, गुमसुम हो जाते हो. तो वो सब चीज़ खुल के बात करो जो टीचर आएंगे, जो भी प्रॉब्लम है. So we have, like this tripod, we have 3 associate deans who will look after you. One is Professor Prabal, Associate Dean Hostel Management. One is Professor Sridevi, Associate Dean Student Welfare. इसलिए इतना गद्दा, कंबल का दुकान, साइकिल का दुकान आप देखे होंगे. Thanks to the Black Cat Commando, the BSW. वो काले रंग का पहन के बैठे हैं ना. So they are always in service, along with the Dean ODI representative, who Madam will tell. They will help you in all these things, but with a barrier. रात 10 बजे you have to in your room. नहीं तो ये प्रोफेसर जाके रूम खटखटाएंगे, कोई नहीं खोलेगा. फिर आके मुझे बोलेंगे, हाय हम तो गए थे, कोई नहीं आया. Okay? So this is the system you have to acquainted for. So that's all. I'll request my Associate Dean Hostel Management, Professor Prawal, to tell you something. And we'll meet sometimes in your hostel. Enjoy the stay, interact with everyone, try to be free. And one of the important things, just before I want to tell you that we have a very strong counseling service. If you are facing any difficulty, please be free to discuss it with anyone you like, whether it is your family members, whether it is your friend, whether it is your roommate, whether it is your teacher, or whoever may be. I know initially there are certain difficulty when you are coming here, leaving your parent, leaving your home. That happens, definitely. But simultaneously also try to overcome those. Okay? So all the teacher, all the community, all the IIT community, they welcome you to this very nice atmosphere and in this iconic Dogra Hall. All the best. And thank you. We'll enjoy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Associate Dean for Hostel Management. The first thing which you reach after coming to IIT is the hostel, right? This is your second home. So I'll give you some information already you might be knowing also. So the first contact point in the hostel is the caretaker. There is a caretaker in every hostel. Sometimes there could be one caretaker for two hostels, but there is always a caretaker, and then there is a junior caretaker also. So if you have any problem in the hostel, starting from cleanliness or some problem in the room in terms of electricity or whatever, those concerns, you can come to caretaker and you can address that. There's a complaint register also. If there is a, in the washroom, the water is not coming, or there's some plumbing work required, you can always write down in the register, and then it will be done as quick as possible. And apart from the caretaker, there will be a warden in every hostel. So warden is the faculty, basically. And you should not be an impression that the warden would be always there in the hostel, because he is also a faculty like us. And if you would like to discuss something with the warden, if you are not happy with the caretaker, then you can have an appointment with the warden and you can talk to him. And still you are not satisfied with that, then you can come to me. And still you are not satisfied with me, then you come to Dean of Student Affairs. So we have various levels to reach us, and so that we can address your concern in the hostel. Regarding food and all, I hope you like the food in the hostel, because whenever we go to the hostel and taste some of your foods, we always find it good, better than our home. That's what I feel. Hopefully you'll also like it. And all food menu and everything is basically decided by student. It's not we impose food to the student, menu to the student. You would decide what kind of food you want, what kind of oily stuff you want in the hostel. Because it happens many times that you are not happy with the hostel food, you'd like to get food from outside. It also happens with the student. That always happens at home, right? You would like to get a pizza, not home cooked food. So it happens in the hostel also. So we also do certain kind of outsourcing of food depending on your demand. So we are not responsible that if you find that the foods are not of your choice, because you basically choose them. But of course, like the quality and other things would always be our concern, and we take care of that. So that's the hostel part. And in the hostel, you have small facilities like gym is there, a small gym. Then in the institute, you have bigger facilities. But every hostel has a small gym. Then the music room is there. And these are also bought by the demand comes from the student, and finally, basically, we bought it centrally. So whatever equipment is required, whatever gym item you would like to introduce, those kind of things we try to facilitate depending on whatever resources we have in the institute, whatever money we have, right? So we'll try to do that. And of course, like the rules and regulation in the hostel, you should follow. There is no drastic kind of a difficult rules and regulations. We are quite flexible in the hostel. Morning, 8 o'clock, your class will start. So you need to get up early in the morning, grab your breakfast. I have seen many students while coming to the lecture hall, they are carrying their breakfast to the hand and then eating in while coming to the classes. So you have to be little more kind of a sincere in this respect, that get up early in the morning, take breakfast, come to the classes, right? Not like, getting up at 8 o'clock and then running to the class, because in many of the classes you will find it that if you are, you're not able to attend at 8 o'clock, then you may not be allowed to come to the classroom also. So you need to plan everything. We have all these shops are there, cycle, you can bike, you can cycle, you can buy from there. Even in the hostels, there are a lot of old cycles which are available. If you'd like to buy all these old cycle, this is also possible. You need to talk to the caretaker. There is a mechanism for buying these old items also. So all kind of helps will get from us. And there is no ragging in the hostel, just to make you sure that there is no ragging in IIT in the last several years. In fact, after I joined here, I never saw ragging, but still, I can guarantee now that in the last several years, we have not heard anything about ragging. So there is no, sometimes you actually get bored because there is no interaction, there is no ragging. Sometimes this can be also interesting, what we have faced in our student days is quite different now. So it's good for you. And for any problems, if you face any issues, Dean of Student Affairs Office, you can come there, discuss with us. Don't send email now because we are flooded with emails. Like every day we get like 200, 300 emails. So, replying them is very difficult for us. So if you have any serious concern, you come to us, we'll discuss with you and then solve your problems. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before I call upon the next dean, I take this opportunity to introduce my colleague in the section, academic section. Lalitji, please identify yourself. Let them see you. So, he's my colleague in the academic section. In case of any problem issues, please, our doors are always open. Okay? Yeah. Next, I call upon Professor Anjali Multani, who is the Dean, Diversity and Inclusion. Ma'am.
Dean overload? No? Information overload? Dean overload? All good? Y'all are very dull. It's 11 o'clock. If the morning batch, I expect it to be really quiet, but by now you should have a little bit of pep and fizz, no? Nothing. Not even laughing loudly. You're ruining my reputation. Thank you. I mean, all these people always think I'm very funny, but now y'all are really ruining my reputation. Okay, so my name is Anjali. I teach literature at the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. I'm also the Dean of Diversity and Inclusion. And like everybody else who's come before me, I congratulate you all on making it here. I ask you to do one more thing. Look around the room, congratulate the person sitting next to you, behind you, in front of you. As much as you've made it here, so have they. Yep, all good. So, always nice to begin your new life with a positive word, with a smile. These are really going to be your people. This community is going to be your friends, the most important people in your life. I do not count faculty or anybody else as being that important in your life. We can flatter ourselves and think, but the institute is really there for you. And maybe, who knows, you might celebrate your 60th birthdays with some of the people sitting in this very room. It has happened. It's not an unheard of thing. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of what the office does and how it affects your life, I'll give you a moment to just kind of recover from all the other information you've had before and give you a little bit of gyan. Everybody here likes to give gyan. I am no exception. So I'll tell you about this film I saw many years ago, really great music. It's before your time, so I won't tell you the name of the film. And in that film, they had a little analogy about this guy who had a lovely car. And he said he was going to keep it in his garage. And it was such a special, spectacular car that he would only take it out on the streets of Bombay when every single light was green. When do you think he took his car out? Never. Do you expect every single light to be green when you drive out? Okay, so in the same spirit, I ask you to look upon your scholastic journey, your life here in IIT, as a bit like being on the road. There will be some red lights. There will be somebody who in front of you who will make it through the light. You will not. Not everybody will travel at the same speed. All of us are a little bit different. We are similar, we have many things in common, but we are also different. Please learn to respect and accept that difference, both for yourself as well as for others. These are the fundamental principles on which the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is based. It asks us to look at the community as one based on principles of mutual acceptance, acknowledgement, and respect, a community where everybody belongs. It doesn't matter whether you are tall or short or from this state or that state, speak this language, speak the other language. You are here and you should have an equal opportunity to thrive and to grow. To that effect, this office works as a nodal office or as a facilitator. We interface with other units of this office, of the Institute, with ACAD, with Dean SA, with the Office of Career Services, with the Dean Infrastructure, even with Dean Planning, to create an equitable space on campus for academics, infrastructure, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. We have three main goals as mandated by this institute and its administrative structure by the Board of Governors. We have to sensitize. So part of what we do comprises film screenings, lectures, talks, group discussions, always accompanied with pizza or Coke or samosas and chai, depending on the day and the budget. So we reach out over important issues that we think it's good to talk about in the open and not pretend they don't really exist, but that we actually live by. The second mandate we have is to advocate. So if there is something that anybody needs, any kind of need that is a little bit different from the, let's say, the standard rule of operating in the classroom or in the hostel, then we advocate for that if it is a reasonable accommodation or if it is something that is seen as reasonable according to certain standards. We recommend policy changes. We recommend things like, so for instance, we have recommended that every single cultural event on campus be held according to accessible needs. So someone in a wheelchair or someone who has blindness or someone who cannot hear has as much right and space to be in a rock concert as somebody who does not have that particular disability. So we recommend these kinds of changes, and these are the things that we work on. We have 4 verticals specifically that we work. These are, you can call them special interest groups, you can call them identity-based categories, you can call them just the verticals of ODI. The first one is Office of Accessible Education. And when I say first, I literally mean alphabetically first. So Office of Accessible Education works for students who have benchmark disabilities. And we advocate for, we make sure that they have all access to all the Government of India mandated guidelines, such as compensatory time. We also give other sort of reasonable accommodations. We provide you with screen readers. We provide sign language interpreters at institute functions. We provide wheelchairs, hearing aids, and any other reasonable accommodation. Students who do have benchmark disabilities will be asked to fill in a reasonable accommodation form at the beginning of the semester, and you will sit with Anushka, who is our consultant. And the Office of Accessible Education is on the ground floor of the lecture hall complex. You keep hearing it referred to as LHC. So as you enter to the right, you can't miss it. It's a nice, bright office. And Anushka will help you fill in the form, help you get access to any scholarships, fellowships, or anything else that is available for people with disability. The other vertical we have is the Initiative for Caste Equity, and our consultant is Tushar. So Tushar's office is on the first floor right here. You go down this corridor and take a left, and it's the first office to your left. And here we work with students belonging to SC, ST, OBC groups, and this is a kind of a nodal point, a rallying point. You will hear more details about what this office does in the afternoon and tomorrow when you have more detailed discussions. Please join us as allies, join us as volunteers. There's always very, very exciting and very interesting events and activities that we organize through the Initiative for Caste Equity. Our third vertical is the Initiative for Gender Equity and Sensitization. Shreya is unwell today, and but we have Shabdapriti and we have other volunteers who work. These are student volunteers. They work with gender equity and sensitization. And for gender equity, I mean gender equity. It is not a Mahila Morcha, so all the men here don't have to look very sad. So in IGIS, we try to ask questions like, is there an equitable representation of gender? Male, female, and non-binary, as there is in society. Where do these reflections fall short? Why do they fall short? What do we think about certain professions? Do we see them as what we call gendered? So there are exciting films, there are talks, we bring in academics, we bring in activists, we bring in filmmakers, writers, and there are many, many very interesting activities that happen. Again, join up, be a member, be a volunteer, be an ally, and to inspire you, I'll point towards a gentleman, my colleague sitting here on the dais, one of the founder members of IGIS, Professor Kurun. Thanks. We have Indradhanu, which is an entirely student-led collective. We do have a faculty advisor. We hope to get a consultant in soon as well. But for the moment, we have just largely students. Vaibhav is one of the senior coordinators of Indradhanu. Indradhanu is an LGBTQIA++ student collective, and they also do very, very interesting and exciting programs. We have a special Pride Festival, which is one of its kind, held amongst the higher educational institutions of India. It's called Vibhin. It will happen next semester. And again, please join and please participate in the events. Very quickly, the vision of OAE, I've already talked about it. You can see it up there. Essentially to ensure accessibility in all forms. The vision of ICE, to ensure support and a discrimination and bias-free campus. And we encourage you to have open dialogues. If there are things that are bothering you, about caste-based issues, about discrimination issues. What constitutes discrimination? Why, we end up hurting people maybe sometimes when we don't mean to. We should be able to have all these conversations and these things in an open and respectful environment, and that is something that ICE and ODI try and do. And IGIS, of course, apart from creating a gender-just educational environment, also very firmly advocates a zero-tolerance policy towards sexual harassment. You all know what sexual harassment is. You know there's a Government of India mandated policy against sexual harassment in the workplace. You may not know that this is a workplace, not just for me, not for my colleagues here, but for you as well. And therefore, you all come under the ambit of the POSH law. And there will be somebody who will talk you in more detail through what we mean by this. Indradhanu, building a secure and welcoming environment for gender and sexual minorities on campus, encouraging individuals to explore questions of identity, socialize with people who are different or who may feel different or you may think are different, and to engage with them and to grow through education, through awareness, and by not accepting heteronormative or dominant social biases. We have our faculty advisors, but before we get to them, I would also like to give a call out to the diversity reps. Diversity reps. Along with the Black Cats, Professor Panigrahi also referred to diversity reps. These are also students, your peers, who will be interacting with you during your what do I call it, during your period of quiet and reflective contemplation in the first month on this campus. So they will come, they are allowed to, okay? Any questions you have, any issues you have, along with the BSW representatives, these are another helpful group of students that you can talk to. You can wave and smile and look friendly, and don't look scary, please. I would also like to quickly call out the office staff who are here. There's Akhil, there's Rakhi, Drishti. Anybody else? I saw Pradeep around somewhere. Pradeep, hand up. Ah, that's Pradeep. So all these worthy people. They do the real work, apart from the students, of the Office of Diversity and Inclusion that enables somebody like me to stand here. So anytime you come, our office is it's on the first floor, just off the ramp of CCD, and you will find one or the other or all of them there. Usually there are biscuits or some kind of mithai or chips or something. Do not be afraid to ask. I'll quickly just call out the names of the faculty advisors. Professor Vikram Singh, Professor Gaurav Kar, who look after the Office of Accessible Education. Professor Yashpal Jogdan, who looks after ICE. The IGES conveners are Professors Sushma Santapuri and Neerath Ray, and Professor Shehzad Ghani looks after Indradhanu. That's the end of the official spiel. Unofficially, I am usually available. If I'm not in class, then I'm usually in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Come by, ask about events, join us, participate, and above all, talk to each other nicely and make friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, Payal. Two more left. Are you aware that you'll be having 2 tests after this? Language proficiency test and computer literacy test. Okay, to take us through the first one, language, I would call upon Professor Paroma on stage, please.
Right. Hi, thanks, Alan, for the introduction. So, all of you have come from different backgrounds, and like Anjali was just talking about, there's a lot of diversity in the population of students who come to IIT Delhi in all educational institutions. But all the lectures that will happen, all the academic activity that will happen here in IIT Delhi will be in English. And most of it would be in English, the academic activities. So there is, but not everybody is coming from an environment where there is a lot of English that is being spoken all the time. So, thanks, Trish. So what we start on day 1, before your classes begin, is we start in IIT Delhi with a language proficiency test, or LPT that we call. So this is nothing but what we are just looking for is to measure the diversity a little bit so that we can make provisions, we can make adjustments, we can make your stay in IIT Delhi any better. Everybody is welcome, all scores are welcome. You will not even know what your score is in the LPT. We don't share the scores with you. So, but it is mandatory for all students to appear for it. It is an online exam. You people will be given the schedule for your LPT in which lab. So in the lecture theater complex, which is at the other side of this building, you know, across the road. So there on the 5th floor, you have the computer labs that are there. So these tests will happen over there. It's by and large a comprehension test. So basically, we want to see how quickly, how fast you are able to read, because a lot of teaching here will involve slides or visual material which might go pretty fast. So you have to be able to follow them pretty fast. So that's what we'll be checking for, and that's what we'll be doing. So in the curriculum, new curriculum that Professor Karur was talking about to you, you will have English language courses in which you have an option from 13 different language modules. This is again acknowledging the diversity in the population. Everybody is not interested in the same kinds of things. Some of you are interested in movies, some of you are interested in reading text, some of you are interested more in speaking, in debates, in group discussions. Everybody wants different things, right? So not the same cloth fits everybody. So there are 13 different options that are there for people. You get to select from all of these. But first, before we give you those choices, you will have your LPT. So your schedule for that LPT would be given to you at the registration desk. To write the LPT, you need to know your Kerberos ID, which has been given to you by IITD, and there was a password that was emailed to you. These are two very important information that you need to know to be able to log in and give the test, right? So when you come for the test, it is important you have this information on you. You should also know your mobile number by heart, preferably, because the labs don't allow phones inside the lab. So please know your mobile number. We will ask you to write down your mobile number, because in case there are students who are not checking their mails, we want to call you up and tell you when to be where, right? So there's a logistic information that is there. If you have any queries, this is our email ID, nlnadmin@hss.iitd.ac.in. You can write to us, we will answer your questions, right? Your classes, some of the classes for you people, for language classes, will begin from 25th. On the evening of the 24th, everybody, 100% of the students present, please check your emails constantly. Everybody will get an email from us, right? So everybody will get an email from us, which will tell you when and where to come to select your language modules. So we will give you a venue, you come, you register for these language modules, and to get that information, you need to check on the evening, because 25th, some of the classes are going to begin for you people, right? So that's the information. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, the last one now. I would like to request Dean Academics, Professor Kurur, to take us through the computer literacy test.
Okay. For a few moments, I will imagine that I'm a computer scientist. My few moments of fame. And I will also imagine that I'm a good student, because I heard the Professor Garg, the head computer science, talk about it. So whatever little I learned, I'll try and figure it out. Huh? So with this proviso, let's get started. Just like the English proficiency tests, we will have a computer literacy test. This is because the computer science first course, which is called Call 1000, will be split into two sections. Those of us who have some amount of understanding of Python and those who don't. So those of you who don't, who think that Python used to be a snake till recently, nothing to worry about. I am in that category. But this is not a heads up for you to go looking at YouTube videos and things like that to prepare for the test which will happen tomorrow. So what little you know or what little you don't know doesn't make a big difference, except that you will be segregated in two different classes. All of you will learn Python. except that the start will be a little bit slower for people who don't have Python. Okay? So that's the essential difference. Now this class of 1200 plus is divided into two halves. Some of you, one half will take call 1000, which again is divided into, the haves and the have-nots, if I might call it that. But the exam will be the same. Okay, so there is no difference in the evaluation. So at the end of 3 weeks, the people who started off without any knowledge of Python will be up to speed, will be brought up to speed, whereas those who have had Python, they will sort of refresh what you have done in the past. Okay, and after that, when the evaluations happen, it's all the same. Okay, so that's how it works. That's how the course will be. So to get an idea about whether you know or don't know Python, tomorrow there will be a computer literacy test. This is an OMR test, and it will be administered to all of you simultaneously. Okay? So you need to be there at this test. Even if you are taking the course next semester, you still need to take these tests. It's possible that during this one semester you pick up Python, but that's okay. We are going to base our things on this test which will happen tomorrow. Okay? I believe if there's anything else that I have not, that I've missed out in the slide. So this is what, so this is what I figured. So I think I'm not a bad student. I will pass the course. Okay. The other thing that it is an OMR based test. It is a little bit different from NEET or whatever it is, in that we prefer that you do it in pencil so that you can erase and redo if you wish. It is different from JEE, so don't run to the court saying that ye sawal galat tha. This is done locally, so cut us some slack. From what I heard, there are 28 questions, 50 minutes. Okay? This is, again, I repeat, doesn't mean that you have to burn the midnight oil of Python khol ke padho. Nahin, you take it easy. But show up. Right? And then we'll take it from there. The other details are that you will come to LH 114. I think they're also considering whether or not to take the marks in this course somehow to account for it in your final evaluation, but I think that's what it says. But I think, again, what I heard him say is that just because it's being done, don't go and pull out your Python notes if you have already had them, or you look at YouTube videos, etc., etc. None of that is required. Just show up. Pencil, I know, you've forgotten pencils. It's all on this. Pencils, in case you have forgotten it, or if you don't have it, go get it now. Okay? And the other thing is that report on time at 8:15. Another welcome to IIT. We start early. In winter at 8 in the morning, I know it's difficult, but that's the way it is. And if you have grown up in the north of India, most schools start at 8 a.m. in any case, so it's not a big deal. Except that your parents are not lighting a fire under your bed. So you have to roll yourself out of bed. But tomorrow is still summer, so you can get here by 8:15. Don't be late. 1,200 people going to a room and getting a room allotment where you will sit. It's going to be chaos. So be there on time. And if you're not at your seat by 8:25, you're in trouble. And the LHC, all the rooms have seat numbers, so you're sitting at the odd seat numbers, okay? So there'll be one seat vacant between two of you. Yeah, I think other than that, nothing else, I guess. Okay, now it's probably departmental orientations will start for you soon. If there are any questions, clarifications, etc., that you need, we can send out a microphone for you, and we'll be happy to. I'm the only one left over after all the others have vanished. If there are any questions.
Just raise your hand, the mic will reach you. No?
I know it's been a long session. I saw people already twiddling their thumbs on their mobile telephones with their heads like this. This is how soon a lot of us will be. Evolution, because we've been looking at it like.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, we are from BDES. So,
D?
are we having BDES, Bachelors of Design?
Bachelors of Design doesn't have it, if I'm not mistaken. I think not. I think not. I think not. I think not. But I can have the BSW reps kindly confirm whether the BDES people will go through the computer literacy test. You will go through the language proficiency test, I believe. But can you just confirm and let them know, please?
Anyone else? Please raise your hand. Okay.
The slide says we have to report at LHC 114, but in the PDF we got different LHCs were written for, different lecture halls were written for different students.
No, for the computer proficiency?
Yes, computer proficiency.
Okay. Well, I've been a reasonably decent student. This is what the head told us this morning. So I would suggest that you go by this.
And can you please show the previous slide? I missed some things.
Sorry?
Can you please show the previous slide? I couldn't write some of the things.
You can come again? Previous slide. Okay. I have news for you. The first and last time we take a picture, we'll never look at it again. I have numerous things in my thing which never looked at it again. Right. All of it is in LH anyway. From what I know, it will be distributed between the ground floor and the third floor. So you can go to LH 114, and then if they're going to tell you the same room that you've already got information, then you might as well go there. So, but you can go to LH 114, which is on the ground floor. Okay? Anything else? All right. Nothing else? Thank you very much. Good luck. We're done. That's the door.
They have to go to their hostels for lunch. Lunch in your respective hostels at this time, okay?